guys, it's Sarah from Losing It For Me with my week 38 maybe update. It's my 9-month surgery. So I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy on October 26th, 2016. Today is July 26, 2016. So it has been 9 months since I had my surgery. My high weight was 389, and that was in April of 2016. As I said, my surgery was October 26, 2016, and my surgery weight was 324. I filmed weird last week, so I'm going to go off of the number I had in my tracker. So last week, on Wednesday, I was 244.6, and this week, on Wednesday, I am 239 on the dot. So that is a 5.6 pound loss for the week, and an exact 150 pounds overall. Crazy. It's 85 pounds since surgery. It is 7.2 pounds since this time last month. So as you can see, last 2 weeks have really been when I lost all my weight in this last month. I have 19 pounds to go to my surgeon's goal, which was 220. Overall fat percentage lost is 89% of my excess body weight. And since surgery, it is 81% of my excess body weight. So that's extreme too. Yeah, things have been going really, really well, I guess. The results are really good. I have finished my carb detox from the natural carb diet that I was doing, and yeah, that's pretty much over now, and I'm kind of I've fully recovered, I think, from that. The only thing different I really did this week was that I cut out, and it wasn't even all of this week, I cut out popcorn. Hold on a second. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so the only thing I really did was cut out popcorn and alcohol. I'd already cut out alcohol, and popcorn I think was about mid from last week. I think I didn't have any this weekend. Sorry, guy walking down the street kind of gave me a weird, I smiled at him and he gave me a weird hand gesture movement. I don't know, it was odd. Sometimes I live in the oddest of neighborhoods. Anyway, so I cut out popcorn, but really, I think in the end, today was the first day of Shark Week, so, and it came early, and I'm glad it came because my back has been building towards crippling pain, and I've been super hormonal. So yes, I'm like, for the love of God, flush the system. So I'm perfectly happy with an early period at this point. Yeah, so I've done a really nice week. My size 20 jeans went from fitting semi-comfortable to falling off of me. How interesting is it? In the past 2 weeks, I've lost almost 8 pounds, and how different my clothes fit with an 8-pound change now, where when I first started, it was 30 pounds to get into a new size. I mean, granted, also when I first started, 30 pounds was a lot easier. Not a lot easier than 8 pounds, but a lot more came off every week. Yeah, so jeans totally fitting very differently. And overnight, which is kind of unfortunate because I don't have any 18s really. I have one pair, and it's not something I can wear a lot. So yeah, this I've done a lot of soul searching this month in particular, this month and last month, and I've really come to the terms that like I got away from me again, and I keep saying like I need to be with me, and I get swept up in things. I watch a lot of videos and I go, oh, I'm not doing it right. I gotta try something new, and at times it happens because you get, you gotta change things up on occasion, or else your body just gets used to what you're doing. But like, I was eating low carb with no special, like, not low carb, low fat, just not low carb, high fat. It was just low carb, and I did really well on it, and I got away from that. At first, it was a lot about introducing new food. Like, I got into the introducing new foods. I can have that. I can have anything I want if I just have small amounts. But then the small amounts became like constant small amounts, and it became bigger amounts. And to the point where, like, I went from like, yeah, I can have a slice of pizza every once in a while to I can have pizza on every Friday. No. So I went from that extreme where I started to let things back in, and it kind of went whoosh, crazy. And then I overcorrected and was like, instead of getting back to doing what I was doing that was working, I overcorrected and felt like I needed to go on a diet. So I needed something that was going to be so much more in some ways restricting, like tell me what to do kind of thing. And I did the natural carb thing, and I really wanted to do that because I thought it sounded healthier. Like, vegetables, what's wrong with that? Well, apparently carbs are carbs. At least for my body, carbs are carbs. I had minimal weight loss, and mostly I just fluctuated to hell. It did not suit me. I think at first I had some loss, and I was all psyched about it, and then I just fluctuated up and down 10 pounds like crazy. And that made me really discouraged, and it made me really question everything. And I had enough going on at home. I didn't really need drama in that aspect. But I've gotten back, now that I've decarbed, I've gotten back to myself. I'm doing much, much better. I'm eating very intuitively. I enjoy this way of eating because I feel like I can go anywhere and find something to eat. And even if their option has some carb to it, like if it's breaded chicken, it's not the end of the world for me because honestly, it doesn't impact me. Like, it's, if I go somewhere and that's the only option, I have it in a small amount, enough to just satiate myself until I can find, until, like, if I'm at a work function and that's the lunch, like, I'll have a small amount until I can go home and have dinner, and I'll eat a little bit more there. Like, I don't overindulge, and I don't overdo anything. I don't go crazy on things. Like, I don't go crazy, like, I can't have it. Like, I can have it. I just, I shouldn't, I just know that I can't have it on a regular basis. Like, if this is lunch every day this week, that's a whole different story. I'll pack my lunch, whatever. But, like, if I get a salad and it, it has croutons, I'll pick out the croutons. But, like, if I have a salad and the chicken is breaded, I'll eat some of the chicken. I probably won't eat all of the chicken, but I'll eat some of the chicken. And I'm like, it is what it is. Like, and it doesn't really impact me really that much on the scale, I don't think. And I've just been trying to, like, go back to that way where, like, I'm allowing very minimal stuff in and just making really conscious choices. So even though I'm all about, like, I don't have to think about it kind of thing, the choices are very, like, obvious. I've made these choices a million times by now, so, like, they're really obvious. Like, you know, I look around, I go, okay, these are my choices, and yeah, I don't like any of them, so I'm not getting anything. And I did that today. I stopped at after my chiropractor appointment, I stopped at the convenience store, and I picked up some iced tea, and I was, like, looking around, going, like, yeah, I'd like a snack, and, like, no good choices. I didn't want nuts because they're really high in fat, and I already had nuts that day, and I try to really limit my nuts because I tend to go a little too overboard with them. And that was really the only option that I liked. The fruit they had wasn't all that great. And yeah. So I was like, I looked around, I looked at packages, and I was like, nah, it's not really worth it. And that's what I love. That's what I love. And I have to remind myself that I'm me, and I am not anyone else. And sometimes things work for other people, and they're great and wonderful, and they're like life-altering solutions for them. I am me. My body likes low carb. I like it because I don't have to think about it. I've done it so long now, I don't have to think about it. I don't have to count calories. I don't have to track every day. I track on occasion just to make sure that my subconscious totaling, daily totaling is about right. And I do track, I do put in food that I've never had before, going like, okay, what is this like? But, like, as long as the scale is moving, and as long as, like, I feel my progress is good, I don't feel the need to track every day. I feel really comfortable in how I'm doing stuff. And I think that's really important for me. I feel very normal. And I feel like this is it. This is the rest of my life. And I'm okay with that. Like, that is not a problem. I think I had a little bit at the 6-month mark where I was like, I've been doing this for a year and I want to live. And I kind of, like, broke out of the box. And then I gained a whole shitload of weight. And I realized, like, no, back in the box. And I did the whole mental process of getting okay with that. Like, that this is the way I need to live my life, and I am really okay with that. And there are certain things that I'm finding that I cannot have in my life because I don't have control over them. Popcorn being a big one. I don't have any kind of control over popcorn. I will eat half the bag in a night, and then the next night have the other half, and then it's bad. It's bad. And I'm like, no, I can't have it. I can't. I want it. I love it. I can't have it. And there are foods like that are for me. Like, I can have a house full of something, and that, I can have a house full of bread. I don't care. It doesn't bother me whatsoever. But, put pizza in my house. We're talking a whole nother subject. So there are certain items, like certain types of food and certain things that I can't have in the house. And, I become aware of it and then go, okay, I'm willing to deal with it now. So now that I have my powerful cojones on, get out. And I just shove it out of the house. So right now I'm kind of just coming off of popcorn and going like, no. I have a craving for munchies, and I'm like, no, go have some tea. Yeah, that's really been a lot of the mental stuff that I've been working on lately, is just realizing the items that I have problems with and the good things that I have problems with that I can't have around me. And yeah, I think, one of the weird things that happened, I interviewed a woman, and, like, out of nowhere, she was like, yeah, I had weight loss surgery, and I was like, this is a weird thing to be talking about at your job interview. She had just recently had weight loss surgery, and not to judge, she didn't look like she didn't really look like she needed it, but not to judge. Yeah, it was really weird. Like, here I am, super secret sleever, and this woman is, like, loud out there, proud about her weight loss surgery. And I was just like, okay. I mean, granted, it would be really great to have somebody that I could talk to all the time about it, but just very interesting. I did see my chiropractor today. I don't feel much better. We'll see. It takes time, and like, he did crack a whole bunch of shit, but it takes time. And laying on the table, like when you have to lay on the table and stuff, that's what throws my back out a lot of times. It gets out of place. Like when it gets into alignment, it's actually out of place, which is weird. I think it's because one of my bones is out of place, and so I think, just my own brain thinking, I think when I lay, everything settles where it should be, except I have a bone that doesn't settle where it should be, and so therefore, like, it kind of just throws everything out of place. So, like, getting off the table is really hard, and, like, you know, I was like, he's like, is it better or worse? And I was like, worse, but that's a given. That's gonna be always the case. Like, laying hurts. So we'll see. It's starting to feel a little better from the laying. It takes a while for, like, basically my back to settle back into where it wants to be. But overall, I think things have been really good, moving more in a positive way. Eating is really simple and has been going well. I am super tired, exhausted, stressed, losing my mind. There's so much going on. Home, work is just a disaster zone. Work is like North Korea has nuked it. It's so bad right now. It's all stress. It's all just stress. And I'm like, can we just come to a resolution, please, so that the stress goes away and new stress can take its place? It's crazy. It's driving me crazy. And home is very stressful too. So I'm trying to make do the best I can, keep a positive attitude, and just focus on what I can focus on. I bought a 4-tier shoe rack on Prime Day, and it was like a big long thing. It's like really super long, and it's 4 tiers. And I was like, great, I'll have room to grow. I put all my shoes on it. No room to grow. So I went from a girl who had like 2 pairs of shoes to a girl who fills a 4-tier shoe rack. And that's not even all my shoes. So I may have a problem. However, I did buy slightly over the knee black, like, they're not stiletto heels, but they're definitely thinner than, I usually do a chunky heel. These are a little bit thinner than that, to the point where I'm like, walking in them is interesting, but they get over my calves and they come just above the knee, and yeah, I bought a pair of boots. And they were super cheap. That's my problem. So I go to DSW and I shop their clearance rack, and they're like 70 to 80% off, and I'm just like, how can I not when they're $10? And I got a bunch of shoes for fall, like, cause like, oh, there's sandals and stuff. It's all picked over, but like, they have super old boots that they've been bringing out, and I'm just like, how can I not? Fall's coming around the corner. This is perfect. I got a couple of, like, you know, knee-high boots, and then I just got these that are just a tiny bit over the knee. And I got some really cute boots. I got like some really cute booty kind of type boots, and yeah, I got a shoe problem. But yes, things have been going great. I think things will get better. I'm hoping the chiropractor helps with my back, because my back has been shit. Terribly, terribly shit. And that's about it for this week. So, yay, 9 months. Yay, 5.6 pounds. Excuse me. And yay, 150 pounds down. And yay, 85 pounds down since surgery. And what the fuck? Yeah. So, I think things are going well. And it landed absolutely perfectly. It was like a nice little gift from the gods going, here you go. 9 months. We're going to make you hit that mark just right. And I woke up this morning and I turned to my boyfriend. I was like, today is the day. I was 39.3 yesterday. I was like, today's the day. It's going to happen. And it did. I lost 0.3 pounds since yesterday. So, yay. Try to focus on the positives. Okay, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.